Bow, 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 bow. I was in a car ride yesterday, and that song came on the radio, White Stripes, and it's been stuck in my head ever since. I went to bed last night humming that tune in my head. I dreamt of that tune, and I woke up still thinking of that tune. Is it just me that happens to? Like when you hear a song that you might not have heard of for quite some time, and it just gets stuck in your head for the rest of the week. It's nothing you do can get rid of it. Singing other songs doesn't help, because you always end up breaking back into the song that was stuck in your head, like remixing it back in. I don't know why. Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Mini City. And boy, does the city look ugly without any texture pack on. And today I want to do the Amanda Hotel, because one, it's a square building in the real in my real city, so it's probably going to work quite well here on the mini city. And then there was a second point that was made, a very good point, in the comments section, or an improvement. Let me lock my chair so I don't, my chair's got like this rocker on it, and if I don't lock it I end up like falling backwards. It's not good. It's great for relaxing but not great for recording, because I end up like leaning away from my microphone and my camera. Remember when we built the I think we built the island here last episode, and I said about possibly retexturing the lava to look like a darker water for a swimming pool. And I thought that I like that idea, because I like the idea of it moving, the swimming pool's moving. But you guys correctly pointed out that it does limit us to what size we can do our pools. We would have to have our pools a minimum of 1 block. And 1 block in our world is the size of a building or a skyscraper, you know, the base. So it's way too big. Instead, someone suggested, and it's a great suggestion, to retexture a wool, therefore retexturing a carpet like a pink wool or like the light blue wool, and texturing it to look like a swimming pool with a little bit of a walk edge around it, maybe a little diving board. Whenever you do a swimming pool, you've got to do a diving pool board on it, don't you? And then we just place the carpet down, and then the pool is no longer going to be a full block size. It's going to be just a single block. So I really like that idea. So I think we shall end up using the light blue carpet. It just makes a lot of sense. And the Amanda Hotel is right here, and it has a pool behind it right here. If we wanted to, because I think what I will do actually is I'm going to put the pool here, because it is very close to the water, if you remember. And then what we can do is we can get the car park block to go out the front, and then put the actual building. We'll use, let's pick a random block. What block do we like? I like the block of emerald. We shall change the block of emerald into the Amanda Hotel. So that's the plan for today. Boom, car park, Amanda Hotel, and texture up a nice little swimming pool. Should look pretty cool. I love how this is looking. Shall see you guys in Photoshop. Alright, so inside Photoshop here, this is the emerald block, what it looks like when you actually zoom in. It's actually a relatively boring block compared to a lot of the other textures in this texture pack. They usually textured quite well. This one I'm not really a fan of. This is the Amanda Hotel. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I know this hasn't got the car park out the front and stuff like this. This was taken before that. We can't do the entrance on the front here, the overhanging entrance, but we should be able to fit all of this in. If we maybe took away this line of windows and this line of windows, it should divide up nicely into 3 sections, the left section, the right section being mirrored, but the middle section being different. And yes, I know that we're going to have the sides the same as all the front and the back. Yes, I know that we can use paintings to cover up the sides of some buildings. However, what texture, for those of you that keep suggesting that, because I see that comment come up a lot, like in the Minecraft here, we can have a look while I'm recording here. Let's say this police station as an example. So the front of the police station looks like so. In the real city, that's the front. But in the mini city here, it's also the left side, the back side, and the right side. So yes, we could get a painting. We could get a painting. We could put a painting on the back, front, and side, you know, like this, and we could texture this up to look like the side of the police station, the back of the police station, and the left of the police station. Or we could texture it up so these 3 paintings were all the same, but they just look like police station windows or just windows. But what exactly do we do on the paintings? Because we don't have an infinite amount of paintings to choose from. We only have 6, maybe. Is it like 6 small paintings? Maybe 7 or 8. I don't know. 6 sounds like a pretty good number. So if we done that on the police station, what do we then do on these ones? And if we figure out those 2, what do we then do on these sides? And what do we do on the sides of the houses? And you can go on forever. I just don't know what we could retexture the painting to look like that would work with more than just a single building. If there was a painting that covered 25% or 50% of the buildings that need their sides covered, then I will certainly do it. But I just don't know what we could put on the side that won't look weird when it comes to everything else. Now, there was a suggestion made, an interesting suggestion, and maybe there's a way that we can do it. You know that we can get a pressure plate. Like, let's just do a gold pressure plate because it's a texture that I could change. And we put the gold pressure plate down. Imagine the gold pressure plate textured like grass. Not hard to do. We've done it before. But what that allows us to do is that it's not going to blend out that much. It's not going to stand out that much. But it does allow us to put a painting on the sides. Yes, a small painting there. But like that. Okay, so we get like 2 big paintings on the side here. And we retexture a painting to look like a little picket fence. So a little picket fence, you know, here, there. So it looks like a little miniature fence that goes around for buildings, for gardens mostly. Whoops, for gardens and stuff like that. We could make them look like a hedge or a fence. We could do a hedge and a fence if we wanted to. If we want to have 2 would probably be a good number. Now the only downside is obviously we can't see the fence from the inside when you're looking out. But I don't think that's going to happen all that often. Most of the time you're going to be at an angle like this where you will be able to see the little fence. It's a cool idea. It's an interesting idea. I reckon it's possible. But anyway, the Amanda Hotel. I'm going to put this over here. You guys aren't going to see it, but you've seen the picture, what it looks like. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get a nice creamy colour to begin with. Now, where would cream be located? That's not too far off, actually. It's like a light creamy colour. And we want to bump this up. I've been doing a lot of this kind of retexturing in Photoshop off camera on other work, doing other stuff. So I think I'm actually improving with this texturing stuff as well. This is helping me with the other thing. And the other thing is helping me with this. I'm not going to talk about it too much because it's a secret that you guys might find out about in a while's time, as in the future. Now, I think that's the middle point. It might not be, actually. We need to find the middle point. There should be there is an easier way to do this in Photoshop to find the exact middle point. But I like to do things the hard way because it's just my sort of character. We'll have that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I was right or not, but now I'm happy that it is in the right spot. This is the middle section that has the widest windows on it. And then we have another section. Let's get the brown back. This goes all the way up to pretty much the top. I'm going to go up to here. I might make it taller, I might make it shorter. Then we want another row that goes here and here, there and there. And that, my friends, is this brown section here. We've got the windows to put in, but that's that brown section with the, a little bit of a top part clear. We then want to have, I don't know what colour you'd really call it. It's like a, what colour would you call this? It's like a brown, but not like quite. It's like a brown red. It's like a light brown red. That's pretty close to it, right? If I can't put it in a place where you guys can see it as well at the same time. Is it pretty close? It's pretty close. So this is also brick along the bottom. I want to leave 2 pixels of a brick color, which this is pretty close to. Maybe this should be a little bit darker. Maybe this should be the brick one. I don't think I like that bit being the brick. I like these side ones being brick, but these ones being the clean ones. Then I think we need a slightly darker. That's more like it. That's more like it for this section. So we have this coming up here, not that wide. I think 3 blocks is a good width to start with. And this goes up all the way to here. But it also comes out 2 windows up. If we had 1 window there, I would say around about here. And we fill all of this in with it as well. And then it comes on the top here, about 2 windows in, 1, 2, around about here will be a good number. And I think I want to leave 1 block on the side of the lighter peach color as well, like so. That's looking really decent. Looks weird at the minute because we haven't got any windows in, but it will work. For the windows here, they're white stained glass in the picture, but I'm gonna actually keep it with black. I think for here, I might do some lighter accenting on it. I'll put a little door down the bottom. These are the big windows, so these are going to go here, here, here. There's no window sills or anything on here, on these windows, so we don't need to worry about that on any of the brown ones. And like this, and then they come down the side. In fact, I should only need to do one side, and then I should be able to just mirror it the other side. So if I just work on the right side only, it should save us some time. Like this. Then we want a window in here, 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 here. It's a hotel. There's going to be a lot of windows. And then here and here, I think. Now, let's go back to the cream. Should make this a little bit bigger so we get a little bit of a line around the windows. I think it makes a little bit more sense. We shall chop this one down to there. And the windows also need to go onto the darker one, obviously. Here, here, here. And they go all the way to the top. That's easy enough to do. I'm going to leave this window, though, because otherwise it's going to cover up that. And I think that's okay, actually. In my mind, it didn't look good. In reality, it looked okay. And I don't think I want any windows down the side, unless I moved all of these windows over by 1. We done something like that. Then I can fit in 1 more line of windows, you see. That looks like those middle ones, does it to you? That middle pixel there and that middle pixel there looks darker. I think that's an optical illusion that happens with your eyes. You see them on YouTube. Optical illusions. Yeah. It actually appears darker. It doesn't. It's your eyes playing tricks on you. That's pretty interesting. Okay, and I think I want to move those windows over the other way by 1. I want to move those over there. Okay, perfect. Now, working on one side just allows us to copy and paste over and flip for the other side. These do have some window sills, or they have some white quartz lines. I'm going to do it just off-white. I don't like using exactly white in a lot of this, in a lot of our builds. Just having them just slightly off-white makes it look a lot better. So it goes there, there, and along the front, and along the top. And then I'm going to put a white one up here. And I might do something like this. To look like the little quartz stairs and stuff that goes across the top. Does it work out right? It doesn't quite work out right. That's a real shame. Maybe we'll have to just join it up in the middle. Or work something more centered out. Yeah. That will have to, unless we take the 2 middle ones away. We have a wider section. That works well. That works well. Still needs some shading on it. But that works pretty good. Oh, there's a couple of windows very low down. 1. I'm going to do them like little ones like this. I'll do 3 like that. And I think that's the majority of the hard part now set up. If I could do, oops, with the white, just on there and there. I think that looks pretty smart. Maybe along that top one as well. I like those two. I like those two. Okay, so to darken up, we're going to get a slightly darker grey. That's not slightly darker. That's a lot darker. Just to put a little bit of shading around here. Just sort of pretty much randomly choosing some spots to like add some shadows to. Something like that. We want a darker brown to go up any of these sides here. Simple form of shading, but it works really well with the rest of the texture pack, you see. Down here. And I don't need to worry about that side. It'll be flipped anyway. We'll get a slightly lighter brown just to use very sporadically. Just that's not light enough. There was like no difference between it. Just like this. And I think we'll put them in some of these, but not all of them. Just so they're sort of... You get that a slightly different shimmer on it. We want a slightly different cream colour. A little bit darker here. Just to put in any shadowed areas that we know has to be shadowed. Underneath the quartz, for example. Well, obviously, it's going to give a little bit of a shadow off. Anywhere where it's just a little bit too much white or light cream going on. If there's too much, it looks too plain. So having a little bit of difference in there works nicely. And then we want a slightly darker, I don't know what you'd call it, like red brown. Going up here. There are windowsills on these with brown. Okay, we'll do all the left ones light brown, all the right ones dark brown. I forgot about these windowsills. We don't have one where the quartz is, though. It doesn't make sense. That one, and that one. And then we get the darker one. And then we're sort of doing the shading all at the same time. Alright, very, very happy. Very, very happy. I think we need... Oh, only a lighter brown to do the other side. And I think the brick, because there's so little brick spots, I don't think we need to have a lighter or a darker brick, because it's going to all mix in a little bit too much. So we're just going to have it like that and leave this bottom one just that same color. I think that's going to work out well. Now, to do the flip, we're just going to copy and paste, flip it over, and then we can put it over onto this side. And boom, we have ourselves the Amanda Hotel. Always, like always, looks super weird inside of Photoshop. Guaranteed it will look great in the real Minecraft, in Minecraft itself. Now we want to have wool. What wool was it? It was like the light blue one, wasn't it? Light blue, yeah, that was the one. So this we want to make into a swimming pool now. Doesn't matter the orientation. I do want it a rectangle and not a square, though. We're going to want to have some sort of concretey grey to go around it. That way, it's going to go well no matter where we put it. If we had like a specific colour palette to go around the side of the swimming pool, it would only look good in certain areas. If we have it a very neutral colour around it, it'll blend into concrete, it'll blend into grass nicely, it'll just work no matter where we put it. Obviously we want a nice quartz edging to go around the pool here, so this is going to work out how big we want it to be. We want it centered, obviously, which is there and here, I guess. And then how wide do we want it? If we go there and there, that one and that one, let's do it that big, however big that is. Don't ask me, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not centered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to go over by one block, and then it'll be 9 on either side. Alright, wonderful. Flip. Colour. Boop. For the blue, for the water, I want it to be darker than the ocean colour. The ocean blue that in this texture pack is very light. I want it to be a little bit darker. So we're just going to put a nice base of blue down first, of just one solid colour. And then we might be able to do some... So we don't want to do it like waves, because it's meant to be still water, isn't it? A swimming pool doesn't usually have waves going on, unless you're in one of those wave pool things. But we do want to have some lighter colours and some darker colours to make it look a little bit textured. Otherwise, it's just going to look like a big blue blob. So we want to have lighter blue. And I think we just... no, I've got an idea. I've got a plan. Check this plan out. I learnt this the other day. There's some lighter blue. And then what we're going to do is I learnt this while I was doing my other thing. We're going to select just the pool. I'm going to get the smudge tool. I'm just going to smudge it in. And that way it takes away... Now, you can't do this on normal buildings. I can't do this on the normal buildings because there isn't enough room. The shading that we're doing on a normal room is usually, or on a normal building, is usually only 2 pixels. It's the normal color and the darker color, or the normal color and the lighter color. You don't have enough room to really blend it in. But when we've got a nice spot like this, we can actually use the... Ooh, I got a bit of the white. We can actually use the area to our advantage and blend in a bunch of different blues. So there's the lighter color blended in. It looks really weird at the minute in Photoshop. I know it looks weird. And then we're going to get a darker blue, and we want a very few of this. And I'm just going to put some lines down first. And then we're going to blend this in as well. So we just get some darker spots in here. It takes away like that square shape that we started off with. And gives us a little bit of texture. It looks very weird in Minecraft, but I guarantee you, as soon as we step into the game, that's going to look really cool. Around the pool, it would be nice if we had some deck chairs, some deck lounges. So I'm going to go with a just barely off-white here. Is that much darker than that? Oh, it's perfect. For the deck, you know how we do quartz deck chairs usually, don't we? If we do it like this, I know they're probably bigger than our scale. But I want it to be big enough to actually know what they're meant to be. So we'll have a few of those. If I move those up by 1, it'll be centered. There'll be 1 block above the swimming pool, 1 block below the swimming pool. Grey, not white. And then I want very lighter colour, just to have a little bit of shading on the top. It doesn't make too much of a difference, but it will just stand out a little bit in Minecraft. We shall copy these. We shall flip them. Huh? Did you flip? No, there you did. We shall flip them, and we shall drop them down there. And I think that's about it. Maybe we could do a little bit of a path around here with like a light yellow as a little bit of a light clay pathway. Just to add something a bit more to it. I think that's pretty good. Get some darker, just not that dark, just as a little bit of shading. Pretty random though. And then we get to see what it looks like. I don't think this requires us to do our blending technique that we done with the pool though. I think that's going to work like that. Maybe even if we stick a third colour, a mid colour. Yeah, a mid colour is great to go in between there. Just between those two. Let's go and check it out in Minecraft. How does it look? We can see just through the menu. It works really well. That looks like the Amanda Hotel. It looks... Why does it look so much better in Minecraft than in Photoshop? Great. Works really well. For the roof, carpet, this one's perfect for it. Little aircon units on the top. And then there's the pool out the back. It works really well. The 3... creamy colours works really well around the side, don't you agree? The blended water has worked really well as well. It definitely looks like a little shimmering pool going on in there. We can now put this over here as well. I'm going to put it down there. And we've got the pool for that one as well. Now we can add pools anywhere that we want in the entire world now. Just with the click of a button we can have rooftop pools. We probably need a rooftop pool on a skyscraper in the real city. We don't have one yet. Maybe the next skyscraper will have a rooftop pool, but we can put them in the back of gardens. We can do them anywhere. I think it's a really cool idea. That's going to do it, though, for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.